Greetings and salutations. Today we will do a Mesa Boogie Rectifier plugin shootout. So before we get to the video, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone for the 1,000 subs. I haven't actually thanked everyone for it yet. I hit 1,000 subs a couple of weeks ago. As some of you may know, I started this channel while I was going through some pretty severe depression as a way to focus my energy. I set myself a little goal. I wanted to hit 1,000 subs. And now because of you guys, I have done that. So again, a huge thank you to you guys that watch all the time and comment on my videos. Without you guys, this channel wouldn't exist. I'll keep trying to make videos as long as I can and as long as I can afford it. As nobody gives me anything for free, I have to buy all this stuff all the time. And as most of you definitely know, it's very expensive stuff sometimes. I'll try to keep all my reviews and demos as honest as I can to give you guys a good demonstration of things that you might want to purchase. So the Mesa Boogie Rectifier series was created around 1992 as a replacement to the Mark IIc. It was losing popularity for more simpler designs coming out from Marshall and Bogner and Soldano at the time, going for a more metal look with the famous Treadplate face panel to appeal to a community increasingly concerned with aesthetics as well as sound. It had to look tough. The most popular use of the rectifier sound was when new metal hit the scene. Bands such as Korn, Tool, and Limp Biskit used the heavier, sludgier tones of the rectifier to great success and really pushed the amp to new popularity. The rectifiers continued to be popular well into the 2000s with bands such as Blink-182 and Foo Fighters, with the G series of rectifiers being the most popular. They still remain very popular to this day and are one of the most coveted amps to own in anyone's collection. So like the 5150 that I did in my last video, the rectifier has been emulated many times in many different plugins. I would have to say, even more so than the 5150, this is probably the most popular amp of all amps that have been emulated. I found an absolute bunch of them to use in this video, and I don't even own close to all of them. I still could have got more from ML Soundlab, Bogren Digital, Mercurial amps, I think they're called. Not 100% sure on that one, but I know there's a lot more than I own out there, and I own a bunch. For this video, I have some paid stuff, some free stuff, some old stuff, some new stuff. I even used the Aurora DSP Liver 6, which was supposed to be released as a joke on April Fool's Day, but it actually, to everyone's surprise, sounded pretty damn good. And as far as I know, I read somewhere that they did base that on the 2000 sound of a dual rectifier, so I chucked that in there for good measure. I did a NAM profile that I really liked as well, so I'll leave a link to the description of all this in the video down below. I'll put timestamps in so you can go and check out anyone that you want to check if you don't want to watch the full video. It's going to be quite long because there is a bunch of different plugins there. I'll also do a mix rundown at the end like I always do, just so you guys can see what I used in the mix. I didn't want to use overdrive pedals from each plugin. I wanted to stick to one overdrive pedal and one cab. I used Mikko 2 again with the mega oversized 4x12. I basically only use the amps from each plugin, cab from Mikko, Shoeless Drive. So again, go check out his channel. He's got some awesome videos. Check it out. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe. And as always, enjoy indeed. Thanks, guys. Greetings and salutations, guys. Here we are at my computer again, obviously in Reaper. Just quick rundown today of what I use. Pretty much the same as a 5150 video, except obviously all dual rectifiers and everything else. As you can see on the screen, there was a fair few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different plugins using rectifiers. So we'll start with the drums first. Like last time, I used Ultimate Heavy Drums, Middleton, Josh Middleton. Still think this is absolutely one of the best drum plugins out there in the market right now. So much control over the tone. It sounds excellent. This is my preset that I made, just adjusted a few things based off one of his presets. So that's that. I also, while I'm doing it, I use one cymbal from Avenged Sevenfold from Mixwave in the mix as well. That's just like for, you know, when you're riding on a cymbal. I just like to have a different cymbal to the other cymbals, so it just sounds a little different. You can't actually add extra cymbals to like Ultimate Heavy Drums, so I just do it by using Avenged Sevenfold from Mixwave and just blanking out everything except that one cymbal, and then putting it on a MIDI that's not being used by Ultimate Heavy Drums. So drums sound like this. And that's a full loop. Okay, bass, same as last time pretty much. Parralax with my own preset. Bass Professor, just boosting and cutting out a few things. TR5 Black for compression, and just a little bit of EQ, cut some bad frequencies that come out of my bass. So bass sounds like this. I'll turn these things off so you can hear Parralax by itself, and then I'll turn them on so you can see how I ended up with the tone. So this is Parralax by itself. Bass tone, bass and drums together. I've also got, again, like always, I like to have a nice sub boom down here. I've got a short one here. Let me just turn these off so you can hear what I've got. I've got a short one here, and then I've got a really nice long one right there. So that's just to give a nice hit, certain sections, bass and drums. Okay, so that's drums and bass. For the guitars, okay, so I've got all the guitars, as you can see. So first guitar, Okay, so each one has a Shoeless Drive from Wavemind, which was developed in conjunction with Resington. I'll link in the description, sorry. This is a free overdrive pedal. So go check it out, download it, it's really good. I use that in front of every single amp so that I just kept it, you know, I wanted just the tone of the amp going through an overdrive pedal. And then for the cab, I used Mikko. Mega 4x12 oversized with a dynamic 57 and a dynamic 421. 57's on a bit of a tilt, 421 straight. Neutron elements, bit of EQ, and TR5 white compression. Sorry, I've got an itchy eye today, it's killing me. But, so that's it. So all the amps are routed straight up into this guitar bus, so they're all running through the same amp, the same EQ and everything. And I use the same guitar, even though in the video you can see I've got different guitars and that. It's just for visual aesthetics. They're all running through the same cab, the same guitar, and the same EQ and everything, and the same drive. Okay, so the amps, I'll just use this one as an example. This is Tonality, Josh Middleton. I used the red channel pretty much for all of them. Treble at about 6, mids at about 4.3, bass at 5, gain at 5. Some of them I had to up a little bit because they were so low gain. It was like, it just wasn't even doing anything. And the presence was at about 7. The master I had to adjust for certain amps just for volume, you know, to try to keep everything at the same volume throughout the whole thing. But I tried to do the mixes exactly the same for every single amp. As you can see, cabs off, stomp boxes off, effects off, everything's off except the amps in every single plugin. So to keep a nice, even, you know, demonstration through them all. So as you can see, you would have seen in the video what I used. I've got a whole bunch of different ones. The NAMM one, if you want to know, I'll try to find it in the description, but sometimes the tone hub thing for NAMM is so just packed. I will try and find the exact one I used because I know some people like to download these. It was the MBDR Rev F. Okay, I think the actual, it was called the Mesa Boogie Dual Rectifier Rev F Red Essentials Pack. So that's the actual pack right there. If you get on the tone hub for NAMM, that's what you want to write in there. So you can find this exact pack. It's actually really sounds really good. I'll go to the end of that and I'll solo out these guitars just so you can hear what the NAMM profile sounds like. So that sounds really good. The other one I was like really surprised with was the Liver 6. And like I said in the intro video, I'm sure I read somewhere that this was based on a dual rectifier from the 2000s. That's what they did. It's got all these amps here, but none of them actually do anything. It's literally just one gain knob. So I can't tell what the settings are or anything, but this is just one gain knob, and I'm pretty sure that they just used a dual rectifier to do this. I read it somewhere, I can't remember where, but if I'm wrong, correct me on it. But I was actually quite surprised how good that one came out. yeah, so that's pretty much the mix, guys. There's nothing else to really say. A bunch of dual rectifier tones from different plugins. I was looking for one from Neural DSP, but as far as I could find, Neural DSP's never done, and even all their archetypes and everything, they've never done an actual dual rectifier. I know ML Sound Lab's got their ML Dual, but again, I'm not rich, so I couldn't afford it. Mercurial's got one, and there's a few others that I could have picked up, but again, I can only spend so much money right now, you know. So anyway, that's pretty much the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, enjoy indeed, and have a great day.